Okay, my friend wanted some readings, and yeah, okay. Right, I've got two coils running, and because the coils are producing a higher voltage, I am seeing a much higher load now on the rotors, and as a result, I am now losing about what, 100 RPM. Right, well, I expected to lose some RPM. Well, the top coils and the bottom coils are both going through the bridge rectifiers, and they're both connected to my oscilloscope. So I've got my two oscilloscope probes connected to the individual coils. Now, the top two coils are in series, the bottom two coils are in series, but the top two coils are not in parallel with the bottom, so they're separate. So there's two separate channels now. So what we're seeing on the input current to the boost step up, this is set to 12 volts actually. It's set to about 12 volts on the output to the supercapacitors to charge them up. I'm seeing one LED is coming on. The actual current is only 23 point, yeah, it's about 23 milliamps, right? The voltage on the supercapacitors at the moment is 6.52 volts. It's slowly climbing. Actually, it's climbing a lot faster than it did before because of the better voltages. Now, here's here's the actual oscilloscope readings. The coil that has the thinnest wire is producing appears to be producing the lowest voltage, I believe. I think it's that one. It's peak to peak 9.4 volts. It's under load. Don't forget it's under load right now. Peak to peak 9.4 volts. Cyclic RMS 3.8 volts. That's the blue trace. Right, it's under load right now, so it is squished a bit more. The yellow trace is the thicker wire, I believe, because it's producing a higher voltage on the peak to peak, which is 13.8 volts. Cyclic RMS 4.4, so we're seeing a better RMS voltage and a maximum 5 volts, so it's a lot better than it was before. The maximum on the blue one is 6.2, interestingly, but then that's because the blue one is the thicker wire, so it can produce a bit more current. So, but the thinner wire is at 5 volts. So we're actually seeing peak to peak on the thinner wire. I think is 14 volts. The thicker, oh, actually I'm getting the wrong way around. Thicker wire must be that one. It's 14 volts. I don't know. I'm confused now. Let me just see. Right. The blue probe is connected to. Let's see this wire. Right, the blue probe is connected to, hang on, green and yellow. That's connected to the top coil, so that's actually the thicker wire. Yeah, there's more of it. So the blue channel is the thicker wire, which is on the top, so that's that one. So the thicker wire is actually producing a maximum of 6.2 volts. So this, interestingly, so that's the blue, that's the thicker wire, and it seems to be more compressed, which is a bit strange. I don't know why it would be doing that, unless I've got an alignment issue. The thinner wire is obviously producing a much higher voltage, possibly because it's closely coupled. Actually, it's probably because it's more closely coupled to the ferrite, because there's less of an air gap, because the wire is closer. So, right. But my input current to the motor is actually quite high, because I'm at about 180 milliamps. Yeah. And the meter is using 40 milliamps, the actual RPM meter. So we subtract 40 milliamps from that, and we're actually driving it quite high, so we're driving it about 100 and let's see, 140 milliamps actually. So the motor is drawing 140 milliamps. So yeah, we are drawing more power than what I'm producing, because my output current at the moment is only, that's the total output current after it's been rectified, DC, because I've got the meter in series with the boost regulator at the moment. But the supercapacitors are charging up really fast right now, much faster than before. And why do I keep getting 660 all the time? I just don't know. Anyway, we should be at 667 in a second anyway. Oh, come on, come on. It won't take long. It's going up pretty fast anyway. There we go. Alright. 6.67 volts on the supercapacitor. Obviously, as the voltage gets a bit higher, then the boost regulator will consume less power because it won't have to step up the voltage, and as a result, we'll get 23 milliamps directly. Now, I could actually bypass that bridge rectifier. I think I'll actually try that. Okay, I've taken the boost regulator out of circuit because we are getting a pretty good voltage actually on the scope. And interestingly, it's very strange this, because I don't think my oscilloscope, my meter is being very accurate, because it says we're only putting 6.6 milliamps. We should be actually putting more in than, we should be putting in more than that, because I'm directly coupled now. And the voltage to the supercapacitors is actually going up even faster. 6.7, we've already gone up. I only paused it for about 5 seconds or so, or 10 seconds. The voltage on the supercapacitors are already up to 6.72. We were just at 6.67, and we're already at 6.73. We're going up pretty fast now. 6.73. That's the voltage on the supercapacitors, and it's charging up 6.74. Right, and this oscilloscope is interesting because now we're getting 18.6 volts peak to peak. This is the yellow channel. Cyclic RMS is at 6 volts now, which is 6.2 volts. Maximum 8.8 volts. The blue, 17.4 volts. RMS 6.2, mean 2, maximum 10.4, and that's the waveform. Under load, my trigger needs moving a bit, I think. Right. So we're getting a much better waveform because we're not putting as much load on it. But it seems to be working even faster. Let's go back to the meter. It's interesting actually how this is all panning out. My RPM is jumped right up to 6584 now. So yeah, I'm going to just run it without the boost, the step-up module on there for a bit. I just want to see how it pans out and see what the current on the going through to the supercapacitors actually is. We've got an LED coming on now on the supercapacitors. So yeah, interesting stuff. So that's where we're at the moment. Those are some basic readings, but it's obvious. I mean, I don't need to be too analytical about the voltages, because there is definitely an inefficiency there, because the amount of current I'm getting out is nowhere near what I'm putting in. So yeah, we are seeing losses. So there are issues to deal with. Thanks for watching.